and there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful.
Coming up towards 3 minutes after 7 o'clock in Trinidad and Tobago. Good to have you with us as we continue into the second hour of Morning Edition on this Friday. Well, hashtag we have not forgotten you are the words echoed by a group of people from Trinidad and Tobago, as well as the wider Caribbean diaspora in the United Kingdom, to the women and girls in Trinidad and Tobago. They have come together to create a 1-month-long fundraising campaign to support charities locally in their work to end violence against women and girls. Faith in Our Destiny is the name of the advocacy group that has attracted support from businesses and entertainers in the UK. And of course, they're getting that phrase from the national anthem, with boundless faith in our destiny. And to give us some more context to the activities that are ongoing, how successful have they been, we're joined by two personalities based in the United Kingdom. Author Nikisha Watson, originally from Shogunas. She joins us from her home in Cheshire in the north of England. And radio DJ Martin Abraham, he joins us as well. His roots are more Windward Islands, Dominica and St. Lucia, so he probably has a bit of patois in him, and so his family would be from all over the place, but he is in the UK. He's speaking to us from North London and made it quite clear he's not a supporter of Tottenham Hotspur. He's a long-suffering supporter of Queen's Park Rangers, but we won't get into any Terry Fenwick discussions with him on that. Good morning to both of you. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. I think it's just coming after 11 in the morning, your time in the United Kingdom. So, Ms. Watson, first of all, if you'd like to tell us how the campaign has been going, and indeed what else is in store for this particular initiative.
So far, our main objective is to raise our voices on an international level, to just bring some pressure and notice towards what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago at the moment with regards to safety of our women. We've all been shocked and angered by the statistics coming out of Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to how many women are going missing, murdered, raped, brutalized, etc. And we wanted to make the world aware of what's going on, and we also wanted to raise some money to support charities in Trinidad and Tobago that are dedicated to empowering our women and protecting them. So far we have run a series of fundraising campaigns. We were only born on the 8th of March, so we've not been around for very long, but so far we've raised just over £3,200, which we're quite proud of, we're quite excited about. I mean, we've only had 2 major fundraising activities so far. This weekend we have more coming up, and we're doing major activities throughout this month, mainly focused on each weekend. So this weekend we have coming up a children's activity where we're getting a company involved that does fun fitness online events for children to get involved with dance and have a good time. And we're asking people to join on there with us and donate to our charity GoFundMe page while the event is going on. And then on Sunday we have something very similar but for adults. So it's a sweat, and support us at the same time. So you log in, and it's called Sweat in the City, who's hosting that. You log into their Instagram page, and it's a live sweat session. And during that, we're asking people to donate. We have other events coming up, so we're inviting children ages 12 to 18 to submit to us either a video of them either singing or reciting a poem or song that they wrote, and that's based all around empowering women, showing appreciation for women and girls, anything to do with that sort of theme. And so we're very keen to get children in particular involved, because we're strong believers that this is a culture change is required to help protect, change a lot of the violence against women in Trinidad and Tobago, particularly domestic violence. We think it's become quite a cultural thing. It's become sort of normalized in our culture, and we believe that we need to target children to change that, change the way that goes. We need to tell them and teach them that that's not normal and it's not right. And so we're very keen to get children involved in this campaign. And that's one of the ways we intend to get children involved. And we have amazing prizes for everyone who takes part in any of our events. All our partners, a lot of our partners produce their own products, and we get all our partners to donate their products, and we come up with these wonderful hampers to give to all our winners or participants.
Well, if you would allow me just to bring in DJ Martin into the discussion as well, just to tell me about your involvement in this exercise and why you felt it necessary to be part of this particular group, Faith in Our Destiny.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Fazeer. I've been a radio DJ for 30 years, presenting a Caribbean music program called The Caribbean Affair, which is strictly soca music. Got a nickname, the Soca Warrior, over here. And so my affiliation to Trinidad and Tobago has been long-standing. And I was invited to be part of the group Faith in Our Destiny, and it's something that I feel strongly about. I think there are a number of us that are from the Caribbean generally that spend so many memorable times in Trinidad and Tobago that we feel like it's a second home to us. I've been traveling to Trinidad and Tobago since 1992. I stay either in Success Village or I stay in Quarry Village down in Siparia. And so Trinidad is like a second home to me. And so when things happen in Trinidad, I feel it. And this current situation that is in Trinidad, I felt that it was very necessary for me to be part of the team and do as much as I can to help raise money and awareness. So that's my involvement.
And I know it's an ongoing conversation. And how would you respond, DJ Martin, to those who will say, look, really, I mean, is it about embarrassing Trinidad and Tobago? Is it about highlighting things to make the country look worse than it already does appear with all of these concerns? What's your view on that, DJ Martin?
I think, for me personally, it's to make some noise and try and cause a reaction. It's got nothing to do with embarrassing Trinidad in any shape or form. This is about us being able to say we feel helpless over here in the UK, especially, and we want to do something to contribute to help in the situation and to making noise. I think that if we make noise together, then something must happen, something must change. Trinidad is too much of a paradise for us to be getting news on a daily basis about these things happening without there being something that could be done.
And before we talk, Ms. Watson, about what are you hoping will come out of this, with this highlighting of these issues in a UK environment and of course online as well, isn't it correct to say that the UK has its own issues with violence against women? Because just within a week or so ago, we had that very tragic situation of a woman being killed just going about her normal business. And in fact, the way the police handled a protest demonstration last weekend has raised concerns about attitudes towards women's issues. So in that regard, Ms. Watson, would some might say in the Trinidad and Tobago context, well, fix the UK first before you look here?
Well, yes, of course, these issues, this is a global crisis. We're not saying this is unique by any means to Trinidad and Tobago. But it's funny you should say that, because on the other side of the coin, I know I have, as a Trinidadian living in the UK, when I speak out on Trinidadian issues in particular, or if I don't speak out on Trinidadian issues, we get criticized, and we get told things like, oh, you're going on your runaway, why you care? If you care so much, why you don't come back and try and make a difference? And it does make us feel helpless, and it does make us feel somewhat guilty, I guess, for leaving. And this was what triggered me to want to get involved, and that's where the hashtag We Have Not Forgotten You comes from. So yes, there is this problem in the UK, but on a relative scale, if you look at the population of the UK compared to the amount of incidents such as these that occur in the UK, and you compare it to the population of Trinidad and the incidences, the frequency of the incidences in Trinidad, in Trinidad it outweighs the UK by, it's shocking.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any argument with that.
We
With
still
that at all.
think we still here. I mean, we're raising, when we talk about these issues, we raise them in terms of Trinidad and Tobago, but that's because we're from Trinidad and Tobago. Our hearts are still there, our naval strength still fully attached. So we want to see that change happening there. We all still have family, friends, living there. My sisters, my nieces, my mom lives in Trinidad.
So what are you hoping then, Ms. Watson? This advocacy, this highlighting, this particular movement, which has sprung up in the aftermath of the very recent tragedies involving young women in Trinidad and Tobago, what are you hoping will come out of this advocacy?
Well, we're rallying support towards the protest actions that have been going on in Trinidad. We want to put some fire behind it, and the protesters in Trinidad are making demands to our government, and we want to show that we're supporting those demands, and we want to put some pressure on the powers that be to answer to those demands and make those changes that are happening. We want to let victims, survivors know that they're not alone, that we want to encourage them to keep speaking out and keep reporting these cases. We want them to feel that they're not to blame, because a lot of times, and I feel it's very common from reading comments on social media by Trinidadians when these incidences are reported, questions like, why she taking licks, why she didn't leave. It's always the onus always placed on the woman, and we feel that a lot of that causes a lot of victims to not report these things, and they feel shamed. And so we're raising our voices with the intention of all that to change, to happen, to speak. Sometimes when you speak on an international platform, even if you are Trinidadian, it makes people feel empowered, that people are looking on and people are rallying behind us, and it gives people encouragement to come out and put their foot down and just say, enough is enough, and this has to end now. And that's really what we want to see. And our support behind charities that are dedicated to making these changes is for them to empower them to do just that, make them capable of doing just that. But it's also an awareness campaign just to show solidarity and support. And we have not forgotten you. It's just plainly what we're about.
And DJ Martin, if I could get your perspective, I understand, based on some of the reporting of the activities that the group has had, that there are a number of fundraising events, and one of them was a roti cooking class. Were you involved in that?
Yes, I was. Could I just say that if Joe Root and Karen Pollard walk out on a pitch, who do you think I'll be rooting for?
Karen Pollard.
Right, okay. So I just wanted to make that clear, because when you asked the question about fixing England first, I don't think anybody in our group sees England as our priority. Yes, it's where we live, but it's not our priority.
I hear you on that.
Good. Right. Okay. So yes, I was involved in the roti making session. My wife, like I said, her family's from Corey Village in Saparia, and we had been together for over 12 years. When one day she just walked into the kitchen and made roti, and I felt like I'd been cheated on, because I was like, all these years you've been living with me and you could have just gone in the kitchen and make roti. And so one day I just decided, well, you're going to have to teach me how to do it. And that just spiraled into people wanting to learn. And we decided that on Saturday, we'd do a roti making session live. And we got people to donate. We had some fun whilst we were doing it. And I'm very happy to say that we raised over $2,000 on that session alone. And I was very proud to be part of it.
She waited 12 years, DJ Martin, to reveal to you that she could make roti. Something had to be wrong there.
Listen, it's a sore subject, and I know she's watching at the moment. But yeah, I felt like
Careful what you're saying. If she's watching,
Exactly,
you're treading
yeah,
on dangerous ground.
yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let that one
Yeah.
go down the leg side. I think you should.
Oh, yes, we'll leave that alone. Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah.
Let me leave the final word with Ms. Watson. And indeed, thank you very much to both of you for taking the time to be with us this morning. So, Ms. Watson, with the campaign itself, is there a cut-off time point? Are you going to close off the campaign? As a final word on the effort itself, what do you have to tell us?
So this campaign, We Have Not Forgotten You campaign specifically is a month-long campaign where we're pushing loads and loads of fundraising activities and making as much noise and raising as much money as we can in this 1 month. This started off as a very small idea that's grown into something fantastic and amazing and bigger than we thought, bigger than us. And that's why we thought, okay, we just run it for a month, let's see how it goes. So at the end of this month, we will have to probably regroup and see, what the future is. At the moment, our focus is just doing as much as we can in this month. And on the Easter weekend, we have a big grand finale. We have pan players involved. We're going to have doubles being made. We're going to have local celebrities coming in and talking to us about our campaign and endorsing it. And it's going to be a big event. We're going to get people in. We want to get as much people involved as we can on the local celebrity scale in particular. So if you are a local celebrity, you want to contact us to get involved, Faith in Our Destiny is our Facebook page. Contact us. We are inviting everybody who has a voice and a platform. Let us know, get involved, and let us raise as much money as we can to help our women. And the future, we don't know yet. That's the honest truth. We're still so excited about what we've been able to manage to do so far that we're just focused on now and getting this campaign.
Well, let us commend you on the efforts that you all have put in so far. And indeed, for those who would like to follow, as you mentioned, Faith in Our Destiny, we can get on the Facebook page all that is happening as well. So Nikisha Watson and DJ Martin, who's now happily familiar with roti making in his part of the world. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking the time to be with us this morning. Have a good day. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
7:20 in Trinidad and Tobago. Waiting 12 years to let the man know that you could make roti. I wonder what I know. Anyway, he's right. Don't say anything because you can get yourself in some serious trouble if you say the wrong thing. Well, our viewer now says that this image which we're going to show you is just before sunrise from Sandy Point Beach Club in Tobago with the colors of the sky and the clouds and so on. And now a local red lily submitted by Soraya of Santa Cruz. Thank you very much for that one as well. Soraya, as we come around towards 7:21 in Trinidad and Tobago, we'll be right back.
In that jungle out there.